So in this video, we are going to show you how much we spent during our Cape Breton trip in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, and also how a simple tarp saved our lives during our stay in Cape Breton. And also, we are going to show you that you don't need to spend a lot on going to Cape Breton because all you have to do is just book a campsite.
Okay, so another item that I had to buy yesterday. It's this one. It's a bag cover because it's gonna rain tomorrow during our hike and during our stay in Cove Campground. So our bag is not waterproof, so we need to protect our bags while hiking, and I had to buy this one, so it's an added expense. Good thing it's 50% off at Mountain Warehouse. Not sponsored by Mountain Warehouse, but hey, Mountain Warehouse, if you want to sponsor, we're not choosy. Anyways, yep. So, but I think I bought a bag cover for a big bag, but I think it's gonna fit the bag, and this could be a lifesaver also if you are going to hike during rainy season. So the cost of this is around $27 to $8, then 50% off, so $14 plus tax, so it's around $16 for this backpack cover. We are back again in Dollarama because we need to buy 2 additional ropes for the tarp on top of the tent. So we just traveled already. I think we are at 3 hours according to the car, and of course we need to fuel up ourselves with coffee at Tim Hortons. So this is an extra large double, and the cost of this is $2.67 with tax already. So one thrift tip that I could give to you is just buy one extra large for the 2 of you. So Kay and I will be sharing one extra large of double or coffee, and of course I'm not shy on sharing that to you, that we are always sharing one extra large of coffee for just the 2 of us because we couldn't even finish right away. So we only spent less on coffee, and then we just share the coffee, and it's already enough for us, and we spent lesser for a cup of coffee. So that's my thrift tip for a coffee. And this is another added expense for our Cape Breton trip or camp during the autumn season. All right, after almost 5 hours of driving, we arrived here at Charlene's family restaurant, and they said that they have the famous chowder here in Cape Breton, so we are going to try it. So this restaurant was recommended by a friend, Mao Moises. So I'm mentioning his name because that's his request. He says shout out daw. So far, Kay said that the chowder itself is delicious. And then look at their ketchup here. The packet is huge, unlike the small packets. I'm gonna try this fish from the fish and chips. Let's see. Well, it's really thick. Typical fish and chip. Good thing is it's thick. It's delicious. Fish and chips is $18 plus tax and then plus tip. Then trying the chowder now. Let's see if the chowder is really good. If they say that it's the most famous chowder in town, or maybe in Nova Scotia, or in Cape Breton.
It's creamy.
Wow, it's creamy, no? This one is $28 plus tax.
24.
Oh, $24 plus tax.
16 or
And then the smaller one is $16. Then they have this bread here. Kay said that this bread tastes good. I'm gonna try it. Yeah, I think this is a biscuit. Just bigger. Then pair it with veal or butter. Shout out to Saputo. Not sponsored by Saputo, of course. But Saputo, if you want to sponsor, we're not choosy. But in fairness, it's really good.
It is good.
Yeah. Not the typical chowder. And I'm surprised that there's lobster inside. It's good for the cold weather right now. It's getting colder now. It's autumn season already here in Canada. We're done, and that was quite an expensive lunch. $50 or almost $50. It's $48, and then we had to add tax, so that was 53 or $54 for a lunch. Well, if you're not on a budget, better try other places. And if you just want to try their famous chowder here, I would definitely recommend it. It's really delicious. It's especially during these times when it's getting colder already. And their fish and chips, it's pretty fair. It's good. Tell me your comments in the comment section below if this lunch is worth it or not, and then if the serving is just enough. Okay, we just arrived at the Parks Canada here at Broad Cove. Oh, okay, wow, that was such a drive. And this is the site. In this site, you'll get your own picnic table. You also get your own fire pit. That's already included with your payment here. And then you will have your own plug here. So this is your outlet. Here you go. So this is a serviced site, and if you are going to pitch your tent over here, then you may need to
You may need to bring your own extension cord. So this is where we are going to put our tent, and good thing there's a tree here where we are going to tie our ropes for the, what do you call this, the tarp. So also yep, it's a quite big area. So I'm just going to emphasize these plugs here because these are really important, because without these you can't use any of the electrical equipments. As you can see here, there are a lot of campers right now. Yes, it's kind of cold, but there's still a couple here. We don't have any neighbor here on the other side, but on the other side we have one neighbor here. And over there, that is the washroom. It's not that far. See, so this is what we did in order for the tent not to be soaked, or us not to be soaked inside the tent. So we installed the tarp on top of it. So this is just a cheap tarp from Dollarama, and then we used this rope also to tie on the grommets of the tarp, and then tied it here at the bottom using the tent hook. And then also this is where we place the plastic bag. So the plastic bag is really effective on preventing the water on getting inside the tent, under the tent, or on the floor of the tent. And we really didn't get wet inside because the water just slides down from the top going down here. So it's really effective. I guess it's better also to have a bigger tarp soon, so that we could also, maybe somewhere here we could also cook, and not here and just wait and then just rely on this tree here, because there are times that it may rain so hard. And yeah, so this is the way we put the tarp up. Oh, by the way, the tarp that we bought in Dollarama is kind of small, so we used 2 tarps, and then each tarp is $4.75 plus taxes. And then so what we used to stitch them together is we used the cable ties. So we didn't buy any cable ties anymore because we already have our own cable ties. So we just punched a hole here and then stitched them all together. So if you're gonna look at it on top, they're all stitched together in between gaps. And good thing, yeah, the water didn't slide in. And yep, the tarp is really an effective way to cover your tent, because you can't rely on your tent cover to protect you from being wet. The only advantage if you are going to camp out
during peak season anywhere in Canada or maybe anywhere in the world, like peak season. Today is autumn, so here in Cape Breton is it's peak season, and everything here, like hotels and cabins, motels, everything here is so expensive. The only advantage when you camp out is camping is cheaper than hotel. Um, our camping site here in Broad Cove Campground, which is managed and handled by Parks Canada, we only paid $96. That already includes the um, booking fee, and then for 2 nights, and then we just have to pitch our tent over here, so it's cheaper. That's the only advantage. There are a lot of disadvantages, such as it's cold, and then when it rains it's uncomfortable because you'll get conscious if you're gonna get wet or not by the time when you are going to sleep. And then your movement everywhere inside the tent is limited, so good thing we have a bigger tent over here, but still it's kind of small. And then what else is the disadvantage? Yes, it's cold at night, and then it's warm also during the day, but if it's during autumn season, it's cold, that's fine. And then underneath the tent over there, you don't know that it might get soaked if it's gonna rain. And then during at night, there are no lights here, so that's one of the disadvantages of camping out. What else? I guess that is my opinion when it comes to camping. The only advantage is it's really cheaper. So at least you didn't break your bank. At least you still live kind of lavish lifestyle, but a rustic lavish lifestyle. Because you know what, we got heater inside, and then we got a airbed inside, so we still slept comfortably because we prepared for it. It's just not that the best comfort compared to booking a hotel or motel or any cabin during the peak season. But still, you can still sleep inside. So I just finished my shower this morning, or I just finished my bath. So I took a bath in the washroom, and one of the few things that I like about Park Canada's campsites is your washroom or your shower is already part of your camp fee, so you don't have to pay anything extra. So so far the campsites that we've been to in Alberta, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia, we didn't pay any dime on the showers, compared to other campsites which are not being managed and owned by Parks Canada. You have to pay like $2 for every 5 minutes. So that's a big comparison between Park Canada's campground and the other campground. And the fee actually is somewhat similar. So it does make a change when the showers are part already of your campsite fee. Coffee break. Going home already. So this is another expense. This is worth $2.67 added on to our Cape Breton trip, quote unquote adventure. Also, we are going to the Wheel Pizza before we head off home. It's in Antigonish. It's a 2-hour drive
from Halifax, and then from Cape Breton, it's another 2-hour drive. So if you're from Broad Cove or Shetty Camp, that's a 2-hour drive. So might as well go to the Wheel Pizza, because the Wheel Pizza in Antigonish is noted as one of the best pizzas in the world, according to the people I know. So yeah, I think this is the only Tim Hortons in the area where you are going to Shetty Camp and Cabot Trail. So it's in Irving, and that's the Tim Hortons over there. So you could get your coffee break before going to Cabot Trail, and after your Cabot Trail trip,